Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. I am so excited for this video today. I really hope that you guys enjoy. Definitely get comfortable, sit down, do your makeup with me because we are doing a get ready with me on this makeup right here. It's not really a tutorial, but still I kind of like show you the makeup I'm using and you can see how I'm applying it. But mostly this is a chatty video because so much has changed since the last time that I filmed and I just wanted to fill you guys in. So again, I really hope that you enjoy and let's get started with the video. So this is the look that I am going for today. I was literally just scrolling through fall makeup looks. I saw this and I was like, oh my goodness, I need to do that. Is my makeup gonna turn out like that? I have no idea, but maybe hopefully something similar to that. Okay, so starting with brows, I'm gonna do something that I haven't ever done on my channel before, which is I'm gonna gel them down before I fill them in. So I'm taking the Chacott for Professionals Extra Hard Gel and I'm gonna run that through my brows. So first let's talk about why I have not filmed in 8 months. 2021, I've really been pushing my short form content. So IG Reels, some IGTVs, and mostly everything TikTok. And people on TikTok don't want to see me sitting here doing a lot of ballroom makeup tutorials because most people on TikTok are not ballroom dancers. So pretty much I just started doing more of what we call like Instagram makeup. It's been really fun and I really liked it, but also just because we didn't have competitions or anything, I really didn't feel like a lot of people would be wanting to see competition looks all the time. So I just started doing a bunch of random looks, whatever I saw that might be fun. And also, even though I know I could make YouTube videos, and I just wasn't really inspired to do more of like a longer form content when TikTok and IG Reels are pushed so much in social media. I'm just gonna take my ABH Brow Powder Duo and fill in my brows now. So with that being said, there has been so much stuff that's happened since the last time I recorded a YouTube video. And today I just want to talk about all the things that have happened, why they've been happening, and just catch up with you guys. Okay, I ended up finishing my brows off camera because it was just way too hard to talk and do them at the same time. So I took my P. Louise base in the shade Rumour 2 and I just carved them out and now we're ready for foundation. For foundation, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Paris Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation, and this is in the shade 405. So, major change number 1. Let's talk about why I moved to California. If you follow me on RickieT.Beauty, you will probably know that I put stories kind of explaining that we're moving to California and why it was so last minute. When the pandemic started, I was living in New Jersey. Then I moved to Seattle temporarily with my parents because we thought COVID wasn't going to take as long as it did. Then once we realized that it was not going away anytime soon, we went back to New Jersey, we got all of our stuff, and we permanently moved to Seattle. Like, we got our own apartment and signed the lease, and we were there for the past year. Since the first time that we moved to Seattle temporarily, I started working at Starbucks because all the dance studios were closed, and of course I was not going to be able to make money teaching. Even some of the online Zoom stuff I was doing, but that was not enough to pay my rent. So I got a job at Starbucks because my younger sister was working at Starbucks and she's like, hey, I think you'd be great at it. I applied and I started working at Starbucks. So from May 2020 till July 2021, I was working at Starbucks. We'll kind of get into that later, or why I'm telling you about it. And I decided that I wanted to leave. I didn't really want to work there anymore. It wasn't like a bad experience or anything. I just had done my time and somebody had reached out to me and they were like, hey, I think you'd be really good at this job. Maybe you should try it. It was a family friend that has known me for years. For concealer, I'm going in with the JCAT Stay-Surance concealer. This is in the shade Custard. You guys, I am in love with this concealer. Side note, it's freaking amazing and it's super cheap as well. It was a full-time job, so of course I could not be doing Starbucks and that job at the same time. And this was, I finished Starbucks in July. I started this new job in August, the beginning of August, which was Like I said, it's the end of September. So this was like 8 weeks ago that I started this job. So our lease was coming to the end, the place that we were living in Seattle. So we started looking for a new place to rent. And we were looking all through July and all of August. So we wanted to find a place to move in kind of like mid-September. Now, if we rewind to like a year ago when we first came to Seattle, my husband was telling me that he wants to move to California when our lease is up, right after we signed. And I was like, okay, if it actually makes sense for us, then we'll go to California. I have nothing against it. Then I got this job, and if you follow me on Instagram, you know it was a leasing consultant job. So pretty much I was going to be a leasing consultant, and if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like when you come to a place to rent an apartment, like an actual community. I'll like give you tours, I'll walk you through everything. We go through paperwork if you do want to go forward with signing the lease, and then I do a lot of like future prospect, like reaching out and communication, and like other residents that are already living at the community. Anyway, basically I was sitting at an office desk from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. every single day. Now I'm going to take the Maybelline FITMe powder. This is in the shade 110 Porcelain. You guys, this is how much I've used it. When I tell you this job was not for me, I came home from my very first day of work, and my sister, being the sweet person that she is, she's like, how was your first day of work? And I was like, this is the first 9-to-5 job I've ever worked, and it's gonna be my last. Now, the job was not bad by any means. It was just like, I know I could even be really, really good at it. And even the people that I were working with were super, super nice, sweet, amazing people. But I just cannot sit in an office for that many hours every single day. Now I'm gonna take my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. So the plan was, okay, I just got this job. The reason why I was taking it is because it was a lot less strenuous than working at Starbucks. Also, it was paying me more than Starbucks was paying me, and my Starbucks job was part-time, kind of like part-time, medium, full-time, because a lot of times I would get asked to come to shifts that weren't even mine. And so it was more hours, higher pay, way better benefits, and just overall, just something new. So instead of being working at a fast food place, I'd be working in an office, like with adults, and be helping people. Not like Starbucks isn't helping people, it's just different. We're gonna sign a place for another year close to where I work, and the plan was to work at this job for at least 1 year, see where we are financially, and then maybe move to California next fall, so 2022. So that was our plan till about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Now, here is where things start to get a little bit crazy. My husband and I were preparing to dance USDC, which was our national championships this year in Florida, which just took place 2 weeks ago. And obviously, if you follow me on RickieT.Beauty, we're doing also with my business partner, Sonia, hair and makeup there. But before USDC, Sonia and I were talking almost every day via Messenger, and we kind of had to have like a sit down call to like get out all the details for USDC to make it as smooth as possible. Basically, by the end of the phone call, she had shared with me that she wants to do hair and makeup full-time, like make it a business, do it full-time, and she wants to do it with me because we had worked many comps together before and both of us were really happy. Now I'm going to take my ALAMAR Cosmetics Complexion Trios. I'm going to take the Hydrating Complexion Trio, taking the deepest shade here for some contour, and then I'm going to go ahead and take the Colorette Blush Trio, and I'm going to do some blush. So in this phone call, I was like listening to her tell me this, and I had told her I literally just started a new job less than 2 weeks ago. And if you're going to do hair and makeup full time, you have to be at comps at least 2 weekends out of every single month, if not 3 or even 4 weekends out of every single month. And as a leasing consultant, I'm required to work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I can't take off work literally every weekend to fly to comps and to do makeup with her doing hair. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna have to quit this job that's giving me the best pay that I've had ever, the best benefits, to maybe be successful at doing hair and makeup at ballroom competitions, which has to be one of the least stable forms of income you can even do. Plus, with competitions just starting, it's not like comps were as big as they used to be anyways. So I'm listening to her. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, this is crazy. But at the end of the phone call, I told her I would think about it and we can talk about it later. Let's see how USDC goes. So we finished the phone call, I go downstairs, and my husband and I literally actually just had to leave that exact moment to go to see an apartment that we had not a reservation for, but had an appointment to go look at an apartment. We get in the car, we start driving, and I was like, Sonia and I had a very interesting phone call. So I'm talking, and basically I'm like, if we want to do this, both of us have to quit our jobs and do this pretty much full-time, put all of our energy into it to making this business. Going with my JACLYN Hill, the Flash palette, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight. And kind of as I'm explaining it to him, it's becoming more clear in my mind why this might actually be not a crazy idea. And within the 30 minutes that it took us to drive from our house to the apartment that we're thinking of moving into, we had decided that we're gonna go for it and we're gonna move to California. Now you might be asking, why California? So one of the reasons was, since my husband came to the United States 3 years ago, he's always wanted to live in California. But it was never like, it just never seemed like a good time to move to California with what we were doing. The second reason is that throughout the pandemic, my husband has started studying stock options trading. Through his studies, he has done lots of courses and now he has a mentor. His mentor is from California and he travels a lot between Los Angeles and the Bay Area. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start on my eyes. I'm taking the Carnival palette and I'm just gonna go ahead and use a bunch of these green shades. So his mentor is traveling a lot in California, and of course it would be amazing if my husband could work with him not only virtually but also in person. Before we even decided to move here, he was working for him as a personal assistant, and also they would work together as a mentor and a mentee on stock options trading. So ideally, it would be great if we could actually live in California in the Bay Area so my husband could work for him in person, of course. So on my husband's side, he kind of already had everything figured out. That if we did move to California, he would have a job here, blah, 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 what area we would need to be in to be close to his job. Now, for me, on the other hand, one of the reasons why I wanted to move to California is just because there are so many more dance competitions in California, in Northern and Southern California, that it would be easier for me to get to if we are doing hair and makeup full-time than it would be for me to get there from Seattle. Now I'm kind of just taking a light green shade and going over straight in that crease again. So the only problem for me is that I knew that doing hair and makeup full time, even if we're doing it every other weekend, is not going to be enough income for me to sustain the amount of money it takes to live in San Francisco, the Bay Area, because it's freaking insane. So I was like, what can I do to supplement my income from hair and makeup? Because even in the beginning, it costs a lot to get to a competition, and there's no guarantee that you're gonna have enough appointments to make up the cost that it took you to get there in the first place. We are a brand new business trying to make a name, so we have to go to as many places as possible, even if we don't have so many clients. So of course, my one love, dancing, that I've been doing for 16 years, I was teaching full-time before the pandemic started, and I would love to be teaching again. And there was one studio in the Bay Area that I knew of that had an amazing reputation. So pretty much I called the owners up. I was like, hey, we're gonna move in 3 to 4 weeks. I would really, really love to work at your studio and to be a teacher. Here's what I can teach. Do you think we can work this out? We had a long phone call. It was really, really great. They were super, super sweet. And we started working out all the details for me to be teaching at this studio. In the span of about 3 days, I had gone from working my full-time office job from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day to deciding that we're moving to California in less than a month. I'm quitting my job that I literally just got with the best pay and the best benefits. I'm gonna be a freelance makeup artist full-time on the weekends, going to as many dance competitions as possible. And I'm also gonna be teaching in a brand new studio that I've only been to once before, years and years and years ago, and I don't know almost any of the people there. In the moment, it literally just felt like such the right decision, and that so many puzzle pieces just fell exactly together without me planning literally anything. So the real tea is that if Sonia had not called me that day and told me that she wants us to both quit our jobs and do this full time, I probably would not be sitting here in my apartment right now filming this video. Right now, I'm living a little bit closer to San Jose than I am San Francisco. If you know the area, you do. If you don't, San Francisco and San Jose are like maybe 2 hours apart from each other. Where my husband will be working for his mentor is in Santa Clara, which is very close to San Jose. And then the studio that I'm working at is a little bit north, closer to San Francisco. And where we're living is in the middle of his job and my job. We moved in 1 week ago, and so far it has been really, really great being here. The studio is amazing. I am so happy. And so far I've done 2 comps, makeup, and just working with clients again, doing makeup for girls just makes me so happy. So right now, I'm definitely in a really great place, and I'm so freaking excited that we made this decision. Now I'm going in with a dark green, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that all over my lid. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about a confession that I need to make to you guys. That sounds so silly even saying that I have a confession, but this is true tea right now. What I am about to tell you, I have only told 5 people in my life: my husband, my 2 sisters, and my mom and dad. And I'll explain why I haven't told anybody in just a second. So I have a secret TikTok account. I'm kind of TikTok famous. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Just kidding. I'm not. So the secret TikTok account, many people that I know do know about it, but not through me ever telling anybody. They just found it on TikTok. The reason they found it is because I have 130,000 followers on this account. So you're like, Rickie, you're low-key TikTok famous. Oh, why would you never tell anybody about this? What is this account? What are you posting there? So one fine morning last November, I filmed a TikTok video of me talking about different Starbucks drinks for fall and for winter time for people who don't like coffee. As I mentioned before in this video, I was working at Starbucks during that time, and it was the day of our holiday launch. So that's Red Cup Day launch. We launched all of our holiday drinks. I actually didn't have work that day, and I went to Starbucks to get a holiday drink. And I thought, since I don't drink coffee and I've been working at Starbucks for several months, how about I just share a video on my TikTok about different holiday drinks you can get if you don't like coffee, because a lot of people don't know what to get. When I posted that TikTok video, my TikTok account had less than 50 followers. And this TikTok account was just my personal account, because I've always had 2. I've had a personal and then one for RickieT.Beauty, which I've been posting consistently on for the whole entire 2021. So I posted this video last November, and from my 47 followers that I had, this video got like over 300,000 views. I was shook. I was like, okay, people definitely like Starbucks videos. What did I do? Like any young person who is in content creation and sees a style of video doing well, they create more. From last November up until I left Starbucks about 2 months ago, or 3 months ago, I don't know how many months it's been at this point, I started making Starbucks videos. I made like comedy videos, sketches, just like I made a lot of videos about different Starbucks drinks, what you should order, shouldn't order. I think it took me just over 6 months to reach 100,000 followers on TikTok on this account. Now, keep in mind, this entire time, I have not posted anywhere about my account. I have not told anyone except my parents, my sisters, and my husband, because I was like, guys, look, I'm going viral. My most viewed video, I believe, has over 6 million or 7 million views. I grew this account to 130,000 followers, and the last 2 months, I've just ghosted on it completely, because since I left Starbucks, I have no idea what to post. I would post 1 to 2 times every single day on RickieT.Beauty, and I would post maximum once per week on my Starbucks account, which is RickieT.D. I will put it up here on the screen so you can kind of scroll through, see what it looks like. It just stands for, like, my same Instagram as Rickie Taylor Dubovic, but that's way too long, so I just put TD at the end to stand for my last name. So RickieT.D, I would post maximum once per week. And on RickieT.Beauty, I would be posting 1 to 2 times every single day, and none of my videos would ever go viral or anything like that. And it was just super, super, super slow growth. Definitely not complaining about it. I love my RickieT.Beauty community. We stan them. They're amazing. But I have this other account and I'm just like, I don't know what to do with it because I don't want to throw it away. I actually worked hard to grow those followers because you can post one video and it can go viral and you can get 5,000 followers. But to actually get to 100,000 and to 130,000, you have to be consistent. You have to keep putting out videos that people like, that they're responding to. I'm happy with what I did, but now that I don't work at Starbucks, I don't want to be TikTok barista anymore. I want to be me. The thing is, every time I would post any videos not about Starbucks, they would do so horribly that it would just make me not want to post them. Okay, I know we look like the Grinch right now, but I promise you it's gonna get better. I'm gonna take my original JACLYN palette and I'm gonna go ahead and take this dark green shade right here to make everything super dark. And the reason why I never told anyone about it or talked about it on Instagram or stories or even to my friends is that I didn't want them really to see my videos because I thought it was so embarrassing. I mean, I still think it's kind of embarrassing. So if you guys go to that account right now and watch my videos, it's embarrassing. TikTok Starbucks Rickie is a different Rickie than the one in real life because you have to have like a certain presence on camera that catches people's attention in the first 2 seconds or else they're just gonna scroll. And a lot of my videos sound super similar. I started the same way, blah, 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 and it's just not me. And even that person that is in those videos, that's like, it's not how I talk in real life. That's not how I am in real life. You might see some videos and see super, super, super mean comments from people telling me that I'm a horrible barista, I'm a horrible person, I shouldn't be making these videos. I've gotten so many hate comments, like thousands and thousands and thousands of hate comments, which I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning, I let it get to me. And there would be some times where I would just open my phone, scroll on this video that there would be hate comments on, and I would just be literally laying in my bed reading them and crying them because I'm like, why are these people saying these things about me when they don't even know me? And then I have to understand it from their point of view because they have no idea who I am. Who I am in real life and in person is not that person that they see in the video, so I can't be mad at them for judging me. Because in a sense, that's not even the real me. That's just the me of trying to get them to watch the whole video so I can get those views, so it will push it to more people so I can grow my audience, because that's what you have to do as a content creator. It doesn't matter if it's with makeup, if it's with Starbucks, if it's with anything else. Your goal is to get that viewer to watch your video. At some point, the hate comments definitely did not bother me anymore. Also, even all the videos that I have hate comments on, there are so many more comments that are actually positive. And like I said before, anytime I posted anything that was not Starbucks, nobody would even watch my video or comment or anything. Even if it was like a great video, they just wouldn't engage. So since I left Starbucks, I've been kind of stuck on what I should do with this account. Should I forget about it? Should I just delete my account? Should I try and grow it? Should I go in another direction? Because also, here's my dilemma. I have RickieT.Beauty Instagram and my community on there is so amazing. I love it so much. And I don't want to like just turn RickieT.D into RickieT.Beauty and just make that a beauty account and confuse all of my followers. But having a beauty platform that is 130,000 followers does offer me different opportunities than my current account at 12,000 followers does. It's taken me so long to grow it to 12,000 followers. So I'm like, do I turn it to a beauty account? Do I leave it? Do I make it a personal account? But literally nobody wants to watch my personal life. So if you guys have an opinion, please tell me below, or please go to my Instagram, message me, be like, hey, watch your YouTube video. This is what I think you should do, because I don't know what I want to do. I want to be a content creator. So to have this platform that I already grew is like huge for me. But if you don't know what to do with it, then it's not even worth anything in the first place, if that makes sense. And just so you guys know, I mean, there's people that I know that follow me, they've found it, they've seen it. Like there are even like friends of mine that follow me on there, but never once have I ever talked about it on public, on any of my social medias, on any of my accounts, anywhere, or even in person with anybody. So that's the tea for today that I'm sharing with you guys. Please tell me what I should do. Help me. Really quickly, I'm gonna go ahead and finish blending this dark green out. I'm gonna add my black eyeliner and some lashes, and we'll be back to finish off. All right guys, I went ahead and finished off my eyes and added my lips. If you want to know what is on my lips, go ahead, go over to my Instagram page, and all the makeup details will be listed in this photo right here. And for the rest of my eyes, I just want to say that I took the JACLYN palette and I took this shimmery shade and I put it on my lid and kind of on my inner corners as well. And other than that, I'm using my favorite LD Authentic lashes. These are in the style Tango, and my Kat Von D tattoo liner to do my liner. So that, you guys, we have come to the end of this Chit Chat Get Ready With Me, doing this super glam, grunge, and intense fall makeup look, I would say. I think the green really makes my brown eyes pop, and I also changed into a turtleneck like my inspiration photo had because I just felt that crop top I was wearing was not vibing with my makeup. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. It wasn't too boring and that it was just nice to sit down and do our makeup together. I really enjoyed recording this video for you guys. And now that I'm kind of settled here in California, I really hope that I can film more YouTube videos. And I know the next one that I want to film is going to be our 12-hour sweat-proof dance competition foundation routine. So that one will be coming up next. So definitely stay tuned for that one. Make sure to like this video if you liked it. Leave a comment down below telling me what I should do with my secret TikTok account. And if you liked this video or any questions that you have, I would love to answer them. And also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would love for you guys to be part of the RickieT.Beauty family. Other than that, you can catch up with me on socials on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. That is all going to be RickieT.Beauty and Rickie Taylor Dubovic. Also, for my brand new account with my business partner Sonia, that is going to be at Complete Beauty on Instagram and Facebook, and I'm working really hard on content over there, on posting and getting everything set up. So if you're interested in getting your hair or makeup done by us at upcoming competitions, definitely give our page a follow on Instagram or a like on Facebook, wherever you are most active. And we will always be updating you guys with our schedule of what comps we're going to, and always posting as much as we can of hair and makeup that we've done. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and that I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. That brow looks crazy. Dry, dry, dry. Dry, dry, dry. Dry those eyebrows. This peach blush, I am living for it. Finish, you have a great rest of your night. I really hope that you can